Hey everyone, Eric here with Chicago Bears Daily. Today I'm going to be checking in on the offense and what we are seeing so far. If you like this Bears content, feel free to subscribe. All we do is talk about Bears, and it's Bears only. Now, before I jump in the video here, I want to kind of go over what Justin Fields recently said about the offense. He basically said that our offense has a lot of work to do and a lot of growing pains, and this is to be expected. I mean, we have an all-new coach, we have an all-new offensive coordinator, we have an all-new system, new players, new faces all around, so that's to be expected. And to me, Justin Fields, he reminds me of someone that will work at his craft and not be satisfied until it is perfect or until it is up to his standards. And to me, Justin Fields seems like the kind of guy to have high standards for himself and for an offensive game plan. Now, to hear him say that the offense has a lot of work to do and that they have to make some strides going into the season, we're in the middle of June. So if you think about it, our coaching staff has been with us for around 4 months now, 5 months, and they are obviously not going to be anywhere near game ready, but it is encouraging to see the leader of your offense kind of acknowledge that we have work to do, but he's also putting in the work to do it. So that's going to lead the other guys to put in that work as well. Now, there was a snippet of Darnell Mooney the other day saying how him and Fields were trying to outwork each other in the gym. Neither would leave the gym before the other. They both wanted to stick at it. They both wanted to prove it to each other that they could stay later than the other guy. And that's amazing. That's awesome rivalry within the team. Competition. I mean, it's not a rivalry, it's a competition from two offensive guys that are working to better themselves and better each other. So it's exciting and encouraging to see these guys push each other, because that's how you get better. You're not going to get better in just sitting there and wishing things are going to happen. So it's exciting to see these guys pushing each other, get out there. And I've seen highlights. Fields has been throwing some very, very nice balls. That connection between Fields and Mooney that was established last year is really only getting stronger at this point, which is very exciting to see. Now, before we go and lose our heads about this offense and get excitement, I like Justin Fields' mentality. He's bringing us all back to earth here with his quote that there's still a lot of work to be done, because I know it's exciting, and every highlight that goes out there, we want to say that the offense is perfect, the offense is clicking, we're ready for the season, but the fact of the reality is we have a lot of work to do, and a good football team doesn't just develop overnight, especially with an all-new, essentially, personnel. So to say that we have struggles is actually it's a good thing that we want to hear. We want to be hearing these guys critiquing themselves, because then they'll know exactly what to work on for the season. So Fields also said that he wants to be making these mistakes now rather than in the season, and he doesn't want to repeat the same mistake twice. Now, I know in OTAs or in training camp here, Fields has thrown an interception, he's had some misfires, and he's a quarterback. I mean, it happens. Sometimes the ball comes out weird, sometimes the ball isn't placed exactly, you have miscommunication with your receivers, but this is exactly what we are looking for here. We are looking for these growing pains, because it's better to have these growing pains now in the offseason than week 1 against the 49ers. And it's encouraging to see these guys point out their flaws, because the worst thing you can do as, I feel, like a football team or as a man or anybody is say that you are perfect and you have no flaws and you have nothing to work on, because on the football field, you can always be getting better. You can always be doing something, and that's how I believe a leader is born. And I think Fields has that leadership mentality, and he has that kind of moxie about him where he won't really say much, he won't give himself much credit, but he'll go out there on the field and he will go out there and show you why he belongs to be one, and he wants to be one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league. So he's not going to say that. He's not going to go out there and explicitly say that. He's going to go out there and show it. Now, the task is to get the offense smoothed out, to get everything kind of flowing, the plays together, all the guys, the connections, the chemistry. Get all of that together before the season starts, and I think we'll be in a good spot because I'm honestly not worried about our defense. I think it's going to improve from last year. So to have this pressure on the offense, and it is a lot of pressure. I mean, this is kind of like, and this is what's being looked at as a new era in Chicago where we actually are going to be building an offense. So there is a lot of pressure for this offense, and pressure makes diamonds. That's all it is. So, and I think Fields knows it. I think Mooney knows it. I think Montgomery knows it. I think all these guys that have been around the league for a little bit now, I think these guys know that the pressure is building, and they are willing to basically outwork each other to go out there on Sundays and work together to put out a great product in Chicago. And that is all we can ask for as fans. It's exciting to see, and it's exciting to know that from where we're at, there's obviously going to be growing pains, but they're being acknowledged, they're being looked at, they're not being overlooked. They're not just going to go out and say they had a great week of practice and then change nothing. That is a shot at our previous regime. No, these guys, I think, are going to go out there and they're going to actually work on what went wrong, and they're actually going to work to improve, because that is the hunger that I think these young guys are showing. So it's exciting. Where the excitement is brewing in Chicago. Football season is just around the corner, and I cannot wait for football season offense to kind of go out there and show what they have been working on. So if you are looking forward to this season, if you are excited for Bears football, Bears content, feel free to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to this channel, because, as I said, it's Bears only. We are only talking Bears. So I will see you in the next video, and go Bears.